4th, another busy morning for you here on Good Day LA. And here's some of the stories we're covering this morning. Sad story here. A teenager dies overnight in a fireworks explosion. Mario is there at the scene. He's talking to police and neighbors in South LA. He'll have a live report. Rachel.
And king tides right now returning to the Southern California coastline. We're live at Redondo Beach this morning with the message the National Weather Service has to beachgoers.
Looking beautiful out there. Also, some major street closures happening this morning in downtown LA, the areas that you will want to avoid. First, though, let's get out to Maria for a check on our forecast. Good morning.
And a good morning to you. Yeah, what a great day to kind of go to the coast, enjoy the sunshine. You just have to watch the high surf. We've been telling you about it all week with the high surf advisories in effect. Right now, we're looking at just a few high clouds over Orange County, out towards the Inland Empire, but it is dissipating. We still have the offshore flow, and those winds still gusty this morning below the canyons and passes, you know, the usual wind-prone areas. And we still have some wind advisories in effect until this afternoon. Temperatures are starting to warm up a little bit, but it's definitely still chilly. 34 in Victorville, it's 35 in Palmdale, 50 degrees though now downtown LA, 57 in Ontario. In Big Bear, we're in the 20s, 28 still below freezing, 63 in Palm Springs. Bear Mountain officially opens today. They're making lots of snow up in our local resorts, so that's the good news. 58 should be the high in the high desert, 70 in Palm Springs, 45 up into the mountains eventually in Big Bear, 69 along our coastline with plenty of sunshine, 72 for downtown. That's going to be warmer than yesterday, 69. Still low 70s for the valleys and the Inland Empire. There is a bigger, more significant warm-up beginning Sunday into next week. I'll show you those temperatures in a few moments. But first, let's send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. Let's start with some breaking news here. Over Woodland Hills and a high-rise fire, Stu?
That's right. It's happening right here. It's going to be 6300 block of Canoga. LA City Fire arriving out here to this high-rise, and they have patients. So this is a very serious story. They're saying they have taken out they've rescued 3 patients with burns already. The fire on the 10th and 11th floor of the building that we're showing you right here. When LA City Fire first arrived here, the initial report is when they pull up, they say, hey, we can see this. They give a visual report. They said nothing showing, but after further investigation, they did confirm there is a fire on that 10th and 11th floor. They brought out a couple of ambulances. You can see them down there on Canoga, and of course a number of firefighters here as well. One of the things that firefighters have to do when they're dealing with a high-rise fire is not, of course, it's like how do you bring the hoses up? You can't use the elevator, so they have to basically hustle up those stairwells. We are listening. They were talking about possibility of other patients, but as far as we know right now, we have 3 confirmed patients, burn patients, that were rescued by LA City Fire Department. They're already inside those ambulances. Again, this happening in the Woodland Hills area. What the cause of the fire, what's going on exactly, we haven't heard, but we are hearing that they do have the fire under control. But again, additional patients, they're still searching. And this is all happening and unfolding out here in the Woodland Hills area. I'm Stu up in Sky Fox. Sending it back to you all in the studio.
So you mentioned, is this residential or is this Blue Cross? Because I'm seeing the adjacent building there saying Blue Cross, but is it homes or is it a business?
It's definitely going to be a business type of building, and we heard that maybe, again, this is all preliminary. We're hearing that it might have been something to do with one of the elevator motors now as well. So maybe these were maintenance people that were trying to work on it. We do have a couple people down there. These are evacuees from the building. You can see them out there in that courtyard. But again, as far as any kind of, whenever you hear the words injuries and rescues, and this is very concerning. Again, they have confirmed 3 burn victims that they have brought down and brought to the ambulances that you see here on Canoga. But as far as anything, as far as fire that we're seeing, apparently there is out at this time. But of course, smoke is a problem as well.
Okay, so maybe the fire is out, but it's a medical situation there now. We'll keep an eye on the situation there. Thank you, Stu.
Meantime, this story to tell you about a fireworks accident has killed a teenager in South Los Angeles.
It happened in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood. We've got Mario live there with the very latest. Mario.
Yeah, there's been police activity here in the neighborhood all morning. It's been about 10 hours, over 10 hours since this fireworks explosion, and there's still a heavy police presence. You can see the home here at the corner just down the street, and we just watched as LA Fire hazmat crews pulled up here to the scene. This has been a lengthy investigation here. It all started around 9:30 last night. Take a look. Deputies and paramedics rushing to the home here on 84th Street after a 17-year-old was severely injured. And among the evidence out here, a box marked Cash Game 357, a type of high-powered aerial firework in the state classified as dangerous and illegal for public use, banned because they can cause severe blast injuries and start fires in dense neighborhoods. Well, nearby residents, they reported hearing a massive boom and saw a cloud of smoke rise over the back fence. First responders tried to stabilize the teen. He was rushed to the hospital, and unfortunately, he didn't survive. LAPD officers, they sealed the area off here, and the bomb squad arrived shortly after. And this morning, as the investigation got underway here, they found and carefully detonated additional explosive materials at the property. Take a listen. Yeah, we heard those two loud booms, controlled detonations of explosive materials, one around 6 o'clock and the other about 15 minutes later. And they've been working to figure out whether the firework was altered or homemade. And back out here live, another look at the house here where this happened in the backyard. Some of the family members believed to be there this morning. That teen victim hasn't been identified, but we've been trying to learn more here this morning. Possibly a local high school student who lost his life in this tragic accident as the investigation continues. For now, live here in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood of South LA, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. So happening today, Los Angeles County will release its 2024 hate crime report. Officials say the numbers remain high, with Black, LGBTQ+, and Jewish communities targeted at record rates. In 2023, hate crimes in Los Angeles County hit a 43-year high, rising 45% from 2022. County leaders will share more details during a news conference that's set to be held at 9 o'clock this morning.
A warning to beachgoers. The last supermoon of the year is expected to create king tides and heavy surf.
Rachel Aragon joins us now from Redondo Beach with more. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here in Redondo Beach. Not the best day out to go out for a swim. We know the National Weather Service warning beachgoers to stay on the water if you can because of those high tides. Take a look here. This is Redondo Beach in previous years under these same precarious conditions. The agency warning today, though, of dangerous rip currents and elevated surf. They are predicting waves, get this, up to 7.8 feet in some areas through Saturday. The agency is warning beachgoers to stay out of the water if possible due to hazardous swimming conditions, since rip currents can pull swimmers and surfers out to sea. The National Weather Service says tidal overflow will flood some normally dry beach areas. This, by the way, will impact Malibu Coast and Los Angeles County beaches. Now, back here live in Redondo Beach, earlier this morning, we showed you and we saw some surfers out in the water. Just a reminder for folks, again, if you are going to be out in the water and surfing, make sure you're experienced, and again, make sure you are close to those lifeguard towers. Pretty live in Redondo Beach this morning. I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Beautiful day out there. So the FBI has arrested a suspect in the 2021 pipe bomb case near Capitol Hill. The man was arrested in Virginia. The bombs were placed outside Democratic and Republican headquarters the night before the January 6th Capitol riots. While nobody was hurt, officials say the devices could have been deadly. Details on the suspect and the charges remain unclear, but the case has long puzzled investigators and fueled conspiracy theories.
A strip of Pico Boulevard in downtown L.A. closes today for more than 2 years. The section of Pico between L.A. Live Way and Figueroa Street will be closed 24/7 until the end of March of 2028. This is all to make way for the convention center expansion and modernization project. Construction crews will work 6 days a week to connect the existing south and west exhibit halls above Pico.
All right, 8:09 coming up. A look at Southern California rent prices and just how much they're expected to go up in the coming years.
Also ahead, communities across Southern California are ready to glow with holiday lights. We'll tell you where some tree lighting celebrations are taking place tonight. We don't ever.
We're lit right here in the studio.
We're always lit.
That's right.
Always.
We stay lit.
Super lit. But how come we don't have a tree lighting ceremony here?
Our top stories this morning, Los Angeles County jails are now using body cameras for the first time. This comes as the Sheriff's Department faces a state lawsuit over alleged inhumane jail conditions, including overcrowding and poor health care. Sheriff Robert Luna says the cameras are already reducing use of force incidents and improving inmate behavior.
Hawaii is taking TikTok's parent company to court over its social media platform's effect on children. Hawaii claims TikTok is hurting young users by being dangerously addictive. The state is calling for ByteDance to end alleged harmful practices on TikTok and enforce safeguards for young users on its platform.
Governor Gavin Newsom is in Washington, D.C. today to lobby for a federal aid package for L.A. fire survivors. On his X page, the governor says the Trump administration still has not sent a recovery proposal to Congress, nearly a year after California first requested some $40 billion to rebuild.
Police are now investigating after a protest escalated in front of a Koreatown synagogue. The footage shows the situation unfolding. This was Wednesday morning in front of a Jewish temple on Wilshire. We're told things moved inside, where vandalism took place inside the temple. 2 people were arrested, and now organizers and city leaders are responding, strongly denouncing anti-Semitism and emphasizing there is no room for hate in the community.
You have many of these groups glomming onto the Palestinian cause for every imaginable reason. And on top of everything else, what's different than all the other times? Social media. That is the engine. It's probably the engine of what brought out some people today to protest, and why, unfortunately, I think we can anticipate there'll be more attempts to cross the red line, and I'm hoping that all Angelenos will join us in making sure that doesn't happen.
Mayor Karen Bass released a statement reading in part, "This behavior is abhorrent and has no place in Los Angeles." I spoke with Rabbi Nickerson to ensure he and his congregation know that the city of Los Angeles stands with them and fully condemns these attacks.
New research conducted by USC finds a lingering housing shortage in Southern California is what's fueling rent increases. The average renter in Los Angeles County paid just over $2,300 in October of this year. And USC's real estate forecast predicts rent will rise 0.64% in the next 2 years, meaning by October 2027, rent could reach an average of $2,350. So nearly a $14 increase from October's average. As for Orange County, rent increases are expected to rise more than 2.5% over the next 2 years. Rent is expected to jump from an average of $2,776 a month to well over $2,800.
Happening today, Culver City will light its Christmas tree. The event is at Town Plaza on Culver Boulevard. Everything starts at 6 p.m. There will be musical performances, fresh snow for sledding, and a carnival. And then Baldwin Park is also holding its annual tree lighting tonight at the Esther Snyder Community Center. Festivities also start at 6 this evening. This year's event includes performances from Baldwin Park and Sierra Vista High School choirs, Julia McNeil carolers, and Polynesian dancers.
I've been sending Dr. J. Bear all these ideas.
Of what? Of what
of
to
just
do
the
for
tree
that?
lighting ceremony. Like
what's on the top of the list?
Places to take Ethan to.
What
you know what was on the top of the list would be the they have a recreation of the Polar Express.
Okay,
where's that?
Ride. That's in Paris.
Oh, you're talking about traveling somewhere.
Paris and the Inland Empire, not Paris. You don't.
And it's like you know, on a bad day, it's like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you.
I love him.
France.
You know.
I thought you. Yeah, I thought you meant Paris. France.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Okay,
take us to
We're
Paris.
not going she like that.
I said, wow.
Yeah,
I want something here at home.
Here, I was thinking just go to the Grove and get the snow at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. every day. Ethan would love it.
I think he would too. He's never seen snow.
Really?
Yeah, not yet.
Come up to Big Bear.
Yes.
That's fun.
That's local. It's a quick drive. Even Wrightwood is, Mountain High is even closer.
Ooh.
So go to Mountain High.
Yeah.
That's
that.
We're looking for a Big Bear weekend.
Big Bear, by the way, we have a lot of viewers in Big Bear.
Of course. Yes.
In the Big Bear,
Hello, Big Bear
Chamber of Commerce, they're always reaching out to us like, come on up and like do some stuff with us.
Yes, we go all the we go.
It is like a winter wonderland up there.
I know.
It's gorgeous.
Bear Mountain's opening officially today, Snow Summit Resort tomorrow. So another reason to go up to our mountains. If you are going from the sand to the snow, here's your sand or surf forecast: 4 to 7 feet across parts of Ventura beaches. LA 3 to 6 feet. Orange County a little smaller, 2 to 5. Here's the big picture. Area of high pressure is going to just keep us nice and dry. The offshore flow, or the clockwise flow of air around this area of high pressure, keeping it out of the northeast. A little strong last night and this morning. We still have some wind advisories in effect until this afternoon, but the winds will start to diminish this afternoon, so that's the good news. Still going to be an offshore flow, though, as we get through the next week and a half or so. That high continues to block us from those storms moving into the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to look for actually a big warm up in our temperatures beginning Sunday into next week. In the meantime, the winds are still quite gusty, the usual wind prone areas, and it's particularly windy here. Santa Paula, parts of Ventura County, Oxnard, Thousand Oaks, Santa Clarita. It's going to blow you around a little bit on that 5 freeway heading up into Gorman and Fraser Park. So just be extra careful. There's still that dense fog, by the way. Speaking of driving on the 5, parts of Lebec, parts of the Grapevine, really just north of Gorman, we're still looking at some dense fog through about 11 a.m. Otherwise, highs today will range from 72 downtown, 56 in Bakersfield, 54 in Fresno. Speaking of Big Bear, beautiful conditions up there right now. Yeah, it's cold, but not bad. Lots of sunshine, getting to around 42 later this afternoon. All right, let's check in on traffic now. Samada's got a look at all our freeways. Hey, Samada, good morning.
Good morning, Marie. Good morning, everyone. Hey, if you are wanting to head up to the high country for the big opening, the roadways look pretty good. And for now, though, not so great here. We do have this collision. 2 vehicles collided southbound side of the 405 at El Segundo Boulevard through the Del Air area. We do have tow trucks and emergency crews headed to the scene. The back, if you can see here, adding up pretty quickly. So if you're also planning on heading over to LAX at this hour, you want to plan for that as well. Both directions a little slow due to that activity. Northbound 110 from the 405 going northbound, again, into downtown. Just go ahead and allow yourself 43 minutes. And your drive, this is going to be a little difficult. This is the southbound side of the 5 at Broadway. Meanwhile, the northbound stretch doing pretty good under, look at that, beautiful conditions. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, live look there at Redondo Beach.
I mean, with this music, it sounds like Hawaii.
Might as well be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some surfers out there. Catching some waves.
Yeah, king tides today, tomorrow. Heavy surf. Doesn't look too bad right now.
Right.
But yeah, one thing you don't want to do is to get out on those jetties because you never know when those sneaker waves come up. And
that's right.
We've seen situations before. So.
And those riptides will take you out.
Yeah. Keep it safe out there, folks. New this morning, the Olympic flame has made its way to Greece ahead of the 2026 Games. Look at that beautiful shot there. Olympic gold medalist Stefanos Nouchkos carried the torch and lit a cauldron. The flame will spend the night there in Athens before heading to Milan Cortina. It is Italy's third time hosting the Winter Olympics.
Gorgeous. So the 2026 FIFA World Cup is set to be the biggest one yet. A record 64 nations will be in tomorrow's final draw. There will be 104 matches across 16 North American venues, capped by a first-ever halftime show at the final in New Jersey. Lionel Messi's Argentina looks to repeat as champion. Several other nations, including Cape Verde, Curacao, Jordan, and Uzbekistan, make their World Cup debuts. And the road to the final all starts tomorrow with a star-studded draw.
Celebrity presenters Tom Brady, Aaron Judge, Shaquille O'Neal, and Wayne Gretzky will help determine the first-round matchups by selecting balls from 4 different pots, which will then be divided into 12 14 groups. FIFA's top-ranked teams, plus co-hosts Canada, Mexico, and the United States, will all be seeded, which means they can't face each other in the first round next summer. No more than 2 European teams can be in any one group, and no more than 1 from any other region of the world. 6 balls will serve as placeholders until March, when the final few teams qualify for what's going to be the biggest World Cup in history.
Ooh, you can watch the draw live on Fox 11 and the Fox Local app starting at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. Sandra is going to be live downtown LA at a premiere watch party to see how it all goes down.
It's a big deal in downtown.
It is.
It's going to be a who's who here with Los Angeles sports that will be there for that premiere tomorrow, and Sandra is going to be there. All right, with just a few weeks left in 2025, Disneyland has unveiled its full calendar of events for 2026, and this includes the park debut of everyone's favorite Blue Dog.
Oh,
We're talking about beginning March the 22nd, Fantasyland Theater will host Bluey's Best Day Ever. This will be an immersive new experience inspired by the hit Disney Plus show. I didn't know Bluey was Disney.
Yes.
Let's take another look at other notable events. Lunar New Year celebrations begin January 23rd. Spring and summer will see the debut of new attractions, including an updated Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with that. On May 22nd, just in time for America's 250th birthday, Soaring Across America. I want to see.
You got to do it. You got to do it. It's
July the 2nd. For those of you who really like to plan ahead, Halloween time begins on August the 21st. Holidays at the Disneyland Resort start November the 18th.
I bet you're going to be able to go through like fireworks because July 2nd, right? Soaring. Yeah. You haven't been on the Soaring ride, so.
Yeah, but you guys told me about it, and it's something that I'd really like.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so still ahead, Coco is at Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga.
Where's your flannel?
Good morning, and the phones are ringing here. I know, I showed you the flannel. I sent you a video. Okay, maybe I'll get one. But the phones are ringing here at Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga for the K-Froggers for Kids Radiothon. We'll tell you who this benefits and how you can be part of it.
She's yawning.
Hopefully you didn't
here.
hear that. Sorry if you did.
Has it been that exciting of a morning in a show?
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta let it out, right?
You know,
Little yawn.
I'm glad we're here to entertain you and, you know, uplift your spirits every morning.
Sometimes a third cup of coffee is, you know, necessary.
I haven't even gotten through my first.
Oh,
I'm nursing it.
Well, maybe that's why.
That's why.
That's probably the reason.
That's probably why. I'm headed over to the coffee bar after.
I might join you.
You should.
Yeah.
It's like my little hangout now with people. It's my little sort of, we cross paths at the coffee bar. We catch up in about 30 seconds.
Except for if somebody refills the coffee more than once and doesn't know it.
I actually become the barista because every time I go, it's empty. Is it you, Bob, that takes the last?
No, I always refill it. The other day, I didn't realize it was already full.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
Yes. Samada had reported to me about.
We had like a
And then our audio Etienne was
coffee
mopping you
waterfall.
up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I will be headed over there, so hopefully there's some coffee left. Good morning to you on this Thursday. We are going along here. We've got some chilly mornings, the same weather pattern continuing with dry December conditions. Mild temperatures in the afternoon after a chilly start. That goes for today as well. The winds will start to weaken this morning, more so this afternoon, but we're still getting some of those wind gusts nearing 45 miles an hour. Big warm up though Sunday into next week, and I'll show you the numbers in just a bit. Right now, it's not so bad. 50 degrees in downtown LA. The wind's mostly calm. The breezier conditions you can find, you know, below the canyons and passes, parts of LA and Ventura counties, particularly windy. Yesterday, we did cool down to 69. That is actually average for the day yesterday. Today's average is 68, so we're going to run above that. We're going to warm it up a few degrees, 72 as those winds start to back down. The offshore flow, of course, still with us. When we get that wind out of the northeast, that helps to warm up the atmosphere. 4:43, our sunset time. 70 degrees in Burbank this afternoon, 71 in Woodland Hills, 72 in Santa Ana, 70 in Riverside, to that 45 in Big Bear, to 70 in Palm Springs. I'll talk more about that big warm-up we're expecting Sunday into next week when I come back. But first, let's check in on traffic. Samada's got to look at our freeways now, and some big problems out there.
Couple of issues going on out there. But Maria, to your question, Saul, our stage manager, wonderful. He has a fresh pot of freshly brewed coffee, ready to go.
Thank you, Saul.
There you go. Good morning, everybody. Back to business. We do have a brand new crash. We're going to take you over to the Diamond Bar area. If this is part of your commute, you got to give yourself extra time. Two vehicles collided here, taking away at least a lane of traffic. Northbound side of the 57, right there at Temple Avenue, now impacting both directions of the freeway through that stretch, so heads up there. And we do have an update on this crash. This is going to be the southbound 405 at El Segundo Boulevard. Two vehicles also collided there. It is now a signal alert for a half an hour as they make the attempt to remove those vehicles out of the roadway. If you are heading over to LAX, extra time is needed there as well. That's going to occupy that stretch of road for a little bit. Here's a live Caltrans camera. Look, a better stretch of the 91, looking great in both directions through Riverside. Back to you, too.
All right, Samana, thank you. Developing out of Hong Kong this morning, officials will form an independent committee to investigate the deadly apartment fire that has killed nearly 160 people. 40 people were also hospitalized, and about 30 are still missing. The initial investigation is focused on how last week's fire spread so quickly, with authorities probing suspected corruption, negligence, and the use of substandard materials during building renovations. Hong Kong's chief secretary suggesting contractors skimped on safety to make greater profits. At least 15 people, including contractors and an engineering consultant, have been arrested.
Hospitals are cutting C-section rates with a few simple changes. So at Rochester General in New York, the rate of cesarean deliveries for first-time moms dropped from 40% in 2019 to 25% this year. The doctor who led the effort told the New York Times the decline happened after she started promoting midwife care, using checklists to encourage vaginal births and addressing doctors' surgery rates. While C-sections can save lives, experts say they are often way overused, leading to longer recoveries and risks for mothers. They do this because obviously they can charge more for the surgeries.
Well, the math doesn't seem to be adding up for college freshmen because the need for remedial math is up. A report by the University of California, San Diego shows that this year, 1 in 8 freshmen tested below middle school level in math, compared to less than 1% in 2020. Researchers say while the COVID pandemic is partially to blame, it doesn't explain everything. They say the decline has been trending this way for decades due to high schools not properly preparing students for university.
Australia is about to kick millions of kids off of social media, apparently for their own good. A new law banning minors under 16 years old starts in less than 1 week. It covers all the big platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. The government says social media companies have not done enough to keep young users safe, so this new law will.
In 1 week, Australia will become the first country in the world to ban under 16s from having social media accounts. With one law, we can protect Generation Alpha from being sucked into purgatory by predatory algorithms described by the man who created the feature as behavioural cocaine.
A lot of other countries will be watching what Australia does and how this works out, so social media companies like Facebook and Instagram could face fines if they don't block underage users from their websites. However, experts are not sure how well the ban will work, since kids often find, ways around those restrictions.
You would think they would just try to make it easier for parents to be able to supervise their children instead of an outright ban. And there are some positives to social media too.
There are, but if you're under a certain age, I think it can be polluting for sure. Yeah. I'm just happy we didn't grow up with stuff like that in high school, right?
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so big morning this morning. The K-Frog Morning Show is raising funds to help kids in need.
We love this. Coco McAvoy is in Rancho Cucamonga as they kick off their annual Radiothon. Good morning.
Good morning. We do really love this. It's K-Froggers for Kids Radiothon. It happens every single year, benefiting Loma Linda University Children's Hospital. Okay, I have an amazing duo to introduce you to from K-Frogs 95.1, Kelly and Anthony. Love the slide.
I didn't even practice that.
You didn't, and it was perfect. Yeah. Okay, also, now, Bob, if you're listening, I feel like I do need that flannel because they're bringing the holiday cheer, and it's looking really, really good. Look at this full suit and lights.
I love
it.
Yeah. Wow.
Don't you love that? Yeah.
That is pop.
A spin.
He was ready for, Anthony was ready for TV.
Yeah.
Right? They said you were ready for TV.
Just a little bit, yeah.
So, Kelly, I'm going to start with you. If you can just talk about this amazing event that's unfolding today.
Yeah, this is just a day of hope for us, and we look forward to this every day. Our community really rallies together, and I think that's the most just inspirational thing of today, because as a parent, you never want your kid to go through anything, and God forbid something happens. It's great to know that there's a place like Loma Linda University Children's Hospital to take your kid for just state-of-the-art care.
Yes, definitely state-of-the-art. And Anthony, you were telling me you've been part of this for 10 years. What does it mean to you every year to be part of this?
It's incredible. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have 2 healthy kids at home, and I just can't imagine what a lot of these families have to go through spending the holidays in the hospital with their sick ones, and a lot of uncertainty. So, I mean, this is the least we can do to come here and try to get some donations. And we have such a strong community, such great listeners who help us out every single year. And it's a long, emotional day, but at the end, we all leave with some smiles.
Yeah, and your message to viewers who can call in or come here and be part of this and donate.
Yeah, if you can. We're not asking for a lot. Every little bit helps. We have our phone bank, which you can call, even kfrog.com. You can make a donation. Basically, every way to donate, we're making it very easy.
Yes, making it very easy. And you, too, if you've got a message.
Oh, just call. That's what we need. And, you might hear some of the numbers of people donating, and you're like, oh, my gosh, they donated $1,000. Christmas is around the corner. We're not asking for that. If you can do it, we would love it. But, I mean, everything adds up. $2, $5. Just donate at 1-800-825-KIDS.
Love that. Kelly and Anthony, thank you so much for bringing the holiday cheer and being here at Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga. This runs until 7 o'clock this evening. Sending it back to you.
All right.
I love it.
Ready, set, go. Head to the Bass Pro Shops there and help out the K-Froggers. Go get your flannel. Thank you, Coco.
He's a man obsessed.
If you go to that Bass Pro Shops, and especially during the holiday season,
specifically Bass Pro Shops
it's
has
like
the good
a Black
flannels?
Friday, there's stacks of flannel all over the place.
Go get some.
Pretty amazing. And Loma Linda, by the way, one of the highest life expectancies for seniors in Loma Linda in the world. Yeah, they live 10 years more than on average.
We have to figure out why that is.
Loma Linda, the hospital is one reason, and the Adventists out there, their way of life, healthy living.
Ah,
yeah.
All right.
Pretty interesting. So Amanda's off today, but we've got you covered with your entertainment headlines, sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. Another hit horror franchise is being resurrected, one of our favorites.
I love it. Oh, get to it. One of the scariest franchises, if you ask me.
I mean, just by this, I don't get it, but maybe. The surveillance cameras will be rolling again. Another paranormal activity movie. The first one came back in 2007. There's been 6 sequels.
Yeah.
And they're now working on an 8th film. James Wan, the man behind the Conjuring, Insidious, and Saw movies, will produce. No word yet on casting, the shooting date, or release date, but we're guessing Halloween may come into play with this.
They never cast like big name actors to make it like more authentic for these
realistic.
movies.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's like, it's scary, and it's like a psychological scary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not like blood and guts or whatever, but you see, it's just the anticipation.
And that's scary,
yeah, I like those kinds of movies. Okay, so James Cameron is a visionary behind many films like Avatar, Titanic, and Aliens. Turns out he is also a visionary, though, when it comes to fashion, as Amanda found out.
Anyway, it's all there.
You nailed it. And from film to fashion, you also nailed the quarter zip sweater. That is the biggest thing right now.
Is it a thing?
It is a thing. You're so on trend. It's having a renaissance.
I don't know. I'm completely unintentionally cool.
You really are. You really are. Congrats on everything.
I'm surprised I'm not, still wearing corduroy bell bottoms.
Oh, those are hip
if
too.
you wait long enough, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I only wear this because that's actually a bird.
Oh, that is cool.
It sort of looks like a cross.
No, it does, yeah.
But it's actually a bird.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, the quarter zip sweatshirt is big. Yeah. Cameron's big holiday flick, Avatar: Fire and Ash, hits theaters on December 19th.
I like how James Cameron's just always so down to earth.
He's a very cool guy,
like a super nice guy. It's great to know someone that's made such great films is just humble.
A nice person.
Last hour, we asked you how prepared are you for Christmas, and there are the results so far. Oh my, are you serious? 42% say you haven't done a thing.
Hey, we listen, we don't judge. It's fine.
I'm not judging, but I'm just
You have time.
Yeah. I broke out some pillows the other day.
You did. Well, you're still also waiting for your Home Depot wreath.
That's right.
To get here.
I need to put I have a reindeer that I put on my stoop, too. I got to put that out there. A little reindeer.
These kinds of compelling conversations are what you get on Good Day LA. A new study shows that our brain does not fully hit adulthood for a while. The magic number? 32. The study found the brain, in fact, is still in childhood until age 9. So that's when the brain is narrowing down its countless connections and becoming more efficient. Results also say that adolescence lasts until we're past 30.
Interesting.
A true adulthood starts at 32 until we're 66. It's a long period of stability for the brain where all the change and growth finally slows down. The study suggests brain function peaks in the 30s for most people. Early aging lasts until 83, and late aging is anything beyond 83. Researchers say they were surprised by how aligned the brain ages are with important milestones like puberty, health concerns, social shifts in behavior, and parenthood.
This makes sense. I mean, your late 20s versus your early 30s.
Forget it, late 20s. I mean, you're a different person in your 20s and in your 30s.
Right. I mean, I feel like I went through my late 20s. It was just like an extension of college.
Pretty much.
I was like making some money, right? Not a lot of money, but making some money. But
you're still playing like beer pong.
The same shenanigans that was going on in college. And then you get in your 30s, you're like, I guess I need to buy a house or something. Yeah.
It'll make people who are in their 20s feel a little bit better.
Right. You have time.
That's right. Speaking of ages, how old did your Spotify Wrapped say your music taste is? The end of the year report is officially out. We're going to talk about the new features and data you can learn about yourself.
I saw this all over social media. Also, is your home ready for the holidays? We've been asking you that. Well, listen, Brooke is taking us to a Christmas store that's perfect to help you with all your decorating needs. It's Evie's in Glendale. First, let's get to Samada with a look at traffic.
Yeah, Good Daily Traffic is sponsored by the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie. Call jacob.com. We do have an update on this earlier crash. It is now cleared out of lanes. The SIG alert has lifted southbound side of the 405 at El Segundo Boulevard, but there is some residual slowing through the area, so you want to plan for that. And also a reminder, wind advisories are still in effect where gusts could reach beyond 35 miles an hour. We're already picking up some of those gusty wind conditions along the 5 corridor near Castaic Lake, 35 miles, and the 126 through Piru into Fillmore, also picking up wind speeds of up to 36 miles an hour. Here's a better looking Caltrans camera, at least the southbound side of the 215 at Box Springs. Looks good. Northbound, coming inbound, a little heavy there through Riverside. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
you're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
Call Jacob.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. This weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. What a good looking start to our Thursday. We've got sunshine. This is our camera view up on our rooftop looking towards Century City, and not really too much in the way of cloud cover from this view. High pressure is in control of our weather. The trough of lower pressure that was off to our east actually is moving, continuing to move to the east. So the pressure gradients, the difference in pressure between high pressure offshore has relaxed relaxed, so the winds are going to weaken as we get to the afternoon. But the wind's still going to come out of the north and northeast, the clockwise flow of air around that area of high pressure, giving us still that offshore flow and certainly protecting us from all the storms that continue to move to our north over the Pacific Northwest. It's going to stay dry for us today. Surf heights will stay up to around 4 to 7 feet in Ventura, LA County beaches, 2 to 5+ feet, Orange County, San Diego. So we have a high surf advisory in effect, strong rip currents in the water. This swell combined with some high tides of over 7 feet, between 7 and 7.8 foot high tide earlier this morning. So that's going to give us some beach erosion, minor coastal flooding. So just keep that in mind if you are planning to take a walk on the beach. 69 today along our coastline, back to the low 70s by next week. So beginning Sunday into next week, really big warm up. 72 today for downtown LA, looking at 72 as well on Sunday, but getting to near 80 by midweek next week. Valleys, Inland Empire, 71 today to 85, 86 by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. The mountains, 45. Bear Mountain will open officially today. No snow, no precipitation as well through the extended outlook, but very cold temperatures at night and the morning, so they're making lots of snow. 58 in the high desert today, and as we look at Palm Springs, 70 degrees there later this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, well, here is a big-time way to get into the holiday spirit. Of course, you can shop for gifts, sure, but you can't forget about the decorations.
So Brooke is decking the halls at Evie's Design in Glendale. Just love this family, Brooke, and they spend all year trying to find some unique items from all over the world.
Yeah, you know, and Jen just said you can't forget the design. Something else people do forget is they forget to take their decorations down. And that's why a place like this is really cool, because picture this, Jen and Bob, okay? Just take this bow right here. How cute is this? Let's say this is like on your door or something, and it happens to still be there in March. Who cares? Now you just look like you like cute, chic stuff, you know? It doesn't have to be Christmas related, you know, as long as you take it off the tree. You may have to take the tree down. That's the thing. That one you can't hide. But there are so many things in here that are just really nice. And what else is really nice? Just this family. This is a family-owned business. Bob just mentioned that. And we're so glad to be here. Talk to me about this magical place.
Well, we started the business years ago. My children, they were like, now they are grown-ups. Alex, Eleni, Andre, my husband, Vegan, started this business. I'm Yvette, as everybody knows. So we started a long time ago, more than 20 years ago, and starting expanding and designing. We have so much passion to this business, and we grew year by year, and we love it. And everybody participates, everybody designs, and now we are doing family.
It's so fun to buy from a family business. I love that. And I think, you know what, it's so fun. We were chatting earlier, and you all cannot keep things on the shelves. You come in here and you like meticulously decorate it because you want your store to look good. Yeah. And then people strip it down because you made it look too good and they want to take it home.
Yes, they do. They love to take from the trees. It's okay. We help them. No problem. We just try to help them. We want everybody to be happy and, you know, just feel the joy of the season.
You know, speaking of the season, why is this the best time of the year?
Oh, families come together. They, you know, all this peace, and they feel the joy, that happiness. They feel it because they focus on it. They want to have everybody around it. The trees itself is like a center, so they are happy around it, and they want to make it happen, and we love that.
We love that. Okay, I'm going to send things back to you all in the studio, but Bob, before I go, they consider you family, okay? And so I just wanted to talk to you. Here, take it away.
So, Andre, take it.
We miss you.
We miss you too.
Hi, Bob.
It's so nice to see you.
We missed you. We missed you so much.
Such
we
a
always
wonderful.
talk about you.
Miss you too.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Love you too.
Good with the glasses, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You are so handsome. handsome.
Oh.
Good job.
Wow. That's so funny. Did you see?
Wow. See,
They're like, I said, take it away. I don't think you recognized I was talking about Bob. But then when you heard Bob, it's like, oh yeah, no, Bob, bring me the microphone. Yeah, yeah.
They're like my agents. Okay. Happy holidays to the family. We appreciate it. We'll check in with you in a bit, Brooke. Thank you. We do have some breaking news to get to here. This is over Boyle Heights, Stu Mandel and Sky Fox.
Oh my goodness.
Is this a house fire or a commercial fire, Stu?
That's right, Bob, and it is definitely going to be a industrial fire. It's a warehouse that's burning out here, apparently filled with backpacks and purses. That's what we actually heard LA City Fire Department talking about just moments ago. I believe this is just going to be touching on a major emergency. You can see the fire department out there, LA City Fire, arriving here at the corner of Pico and Grande Vista in the Boyle Heights area. When they arrived, they had fire showing from this warehouse, and that fire spread very quickly. Now, their biggest concern is the fact that there are other buildings very close by. You can see that actually another building butting up against the building that is on fire. So they have been doing structure protection on that other building right there. No injuries to any workers, no injuries to firefighters at this time, but they did, and we have been hearing them talk about possible structure integrity issues, possibility of a portion of this structure collapsing because of the fire. Now, they haven't allowed any of the fire department inside that building, the ones that were in there to begin with. They got everybody out. They've called this defensive. You can see they got the ladder pipes up. They're putting a lot of water on it. Right now, though, the fire's still very active, and it is still a very dangerous scene for the fire department. They were talking about high voltage wires also in the area that were smoking and may have come down during that firefight. So this is a very dangerous situation for the firefighters. But right now we understand no civilians have been injured. Everybody that's in that area or the buildings next door has been evacuated. But you can see that firefight definitely active out here. And again, that smoke can be seen throughout the Los Angeles area. Stu and Skybox. Back to you all in the studio.
All right, Stu, we'll check back in with you momentarily, but for now, let's get over to Roxy and Sandra about what's coming up in the next 2 hours of Good Day LA. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Coming up, a touching story about a local father who's turned his daughter's difference into a superhero origin story. We'll tell you how his children's book series is empowering kids with disabilities. And he's working on his third book now, and you can help with his mission.
Plus, what on earth is this Waymo doing? Driving straight into a crime scene? We have the details.
Good morning. Welcome to your Thursday. It's 9 a.m. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
And I'm Sandra Enda. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
A tragic accident out of South LA. A teenager dead after a fireworks explosion at the home. What we're learning at this hour.
Plus, the LA County Sheriff improving transparency in LA County jails. We'll show you the new body camera deputies are using.
And the Pentagon gets sued by a major news publication. What this had to do with the new rules surrounding press coverage on the military.
But first, we start with breaking news. Let's go straight up to Stu and Skyfox over Boyle Heights. What are we looking at? What do we know?
Hey, good morning. And yeah, this isn't Boyle Heights. It's an industrial fire. This is basically a warehouse. As we understand it, what was inside this building basically was, they said, conventional combustibles is what's burning in there. Handbags, backpacks, things of that nature. It's at the corner of Pico and Grande Vista. When LA City Fire arrived here on scene, they already had fire showing from the windows of this warehouse. They quickly tried to make entrance and tried to get fire water on the fire inside the building. But the flames were just too overpowering. They basically started to work their way outside, turning this into an defensive, my goodness, defensive fire. You can see firefighters on the building next door. They're actually trying to do structure protection for those buildings right there. That is all starting to work out very, very well. As far as the fire goes, they are starting to get a handle on it. They're putting a lot of water on there. Partial roof collapse is actually bringing that, making it easier to get water on what's burning inside. Take a look at all that water pouring out of that building. So this firefight is starting to come to an end. No injuries to civilians, no injuries to any firefighters, but still very active out here in the Boyle Heights area. I'm Stu in Skybox. We're going to send it to Maria to talk about some of the weather and these winds. Where's all that smoke headed, Maria?
Yeah, well, that smoke, thankfully not really impacted by the wind too much there. But good news, Stu, that they are getting a handle on that. The winds are still coming out of the northeast, a moderate Santa Ana wind, but the good news is that it is going to continue to diminish. We had some cloud cover earlier this morning, mostly mid and high clouds, gave us a gorgeous, colorful sunrise. It's really beginning to dissipate completely for parts of the Inland Empire. Otherwise, temperatures are starting to warm up. We've got the sun up for a while now, so it's getting up close to 60 in Pasadena, 60 degrees in Ontario now, 63 in Santa Ana, 65 in Corona. Big Bear has warmed up to 34. It was in the low 20s just an hour and a half ago, 66 in Palm Springs. It'll be a beautiful day with plenty of sunshine, but temperatures not too warm, 70 in the low desert, 58 in the high desert areas, 45 up to Big Bear eventually. Bear Mountain, by the way, officially open today, that resort. Excited about that tomorrow, Snow Valley. 72 for, Snow Summit, Snow Valley. We're still waiting on word. 71 in the valleys and the Inland Empire, 69 at our coast. I'll show you the bigger warm-up for us in store in just a few moments. In the meantime, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. New this morning, the FBI has arrested a suspect in the 2021 pipe bomb case near Capitol Hill. The man was arrested in Virginia. The bombs were placed outside Democratic and Republican headquarters the night before the January 6th Capitol riots. While no one was hurt, officials say the devices could have been deadly. Details about the suspect and charges do remain unclear, but the case has long puzzled investigators and fueled conspiracy theories.
And here locally, a teenager dies after being injured in a fireworks accident in South LA.
Yes, this happened in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood. Let's go to Mario right now, live with the story. Tragic here, Mario.
It really is, Roxy and Sandra. We've learned the victim, a 17-year-old boy, and we're hearing from neighbors. He was actually one of 4 or 5 siblings, and it happened here along the street at a home where that fireworks blast went off in the backyard. This has been an active investigation all morning after a teenager here lost his life. Take a look. It was just after 9:30 last night. Deputies and paramedics rushed to this home here on 84th Street after a 17-year-old was severely hurt by an explosive device in the backyard, and on the ground, a box labeled Cash Game 357, a high-powered aerial firework, and under state law classified as dangerous and illegal for public use. We know investigators say the explosion happened in the yard of the home. Neighbors reporting a massive blast followed by rising smoke. LA paramedics took that teenager to the hospital where he later died. The LAPD responding with the bomb squad also called out to examine what was left of the device and any other fireworks that may be on the property. Meanwhile, neighbors say they heard all of this last night but weren't sure exactly what it was.
Prepared for bed, and then I heard a couple of loud noises, and I thought it probably was a gunshot, and then I thought I heard it to be fireworks. And then I just, turned over because in this neighborhood, I usually hear a lot of that. It's tragic. It's tragic because I'm 71, so I've gotten to live a long time. And for a 17-year-old to not be here any longer because of negligence is kind of like sad.
Investigators haven't confirmed exactly what caused the blast, but LAPD says early indications point to a malfunctioning, homemade, or high-powered firework. Now, coming back out here live, you can actually see the street lined with debris and firework packaging. I just spoke with a neighbor who lives across the street. He says there are constantly fireworks going off here about every other week just outside the home. He says he's called police several times. We can tell you the teen has not been identified, and police say there were no other injuries reported when this happened. For now, live in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood of South LA, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
You can see the debris on the ground there. All right, Mario, thank you. On to this now. The Santa Monica doctor who illegally sold ketamine to Friends star Matthew Perry will spend 2.5 years in prison. Salvador Plasencia pleaded guilty to supplying the drugs weeks before Perry's fatal overdose in October, but did not provide the fatal dose. In a victim impact statement, Perry's mother and stepfather, Dateline correspondent Keith Morrison, directly addressed Plasencia. After prison, Plasencia faces 2 years of supervised release and a $5,600 fine. After prison, Plasencia faces 2 years of supervised release, as I mentioned. 4 others involved in the case who took the plea deals are still awaiting sentencing.
Some coastal areas may see a bit of flooding today and tomorrow.
Rachel Aragon is in Redondo Beach to explain why. Hi there, Rachel.
Hey, good morning. It is a beautiful day out here in Redondo Beach. Not the best day, though, if you're going to go out for a swim. The National Weather Service is warning people to stay out of the water if you can. That's because the king tides, we know, that also means they're going to be extra high today as well. Take a look here. This is Redondo Beach from previous years under similar dangerous conditions. Today, the agency warning people of those dangerous rip currents and elevated surf. They're also predicting waves up to 7.8 feet in some areas through Saturday. National Weather Service is warning beachgoers to stay out of the water if possible due to hazardous swimming conditions, since rip currents, as we all know, can pull swimmers and surfers out to sea. The agency says tidal overflow will flood some normally dry beach areas. This will impact Malibu Coast and Los Angeles County beaches as well. Back here live in Redondo Beach, it's a beautiful day as well. You can see there are a few surfers out on the water. Reminder, if you're going to go out, please make sure you're experienced and you're doing so near lifeguard towers, but otherwise a beautiful day, and how lucky are we, you guys, to be able to have this kind of weather in December, no less. Reporting live in Redondo Beach this morning. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Awesome.
Looks good out there.
Yeah, it does. All right, Rachel, thank you. We do have some developing news in Washington, D.C. this morning. Right now on Capitol Hill, a U.S. strike on a suspected Venezuelan drug boat in early September is under intense scrutiny. Select senators on both sides of the aisle, they are looking into whether an attack on September 2nd may have been a war crime. In the video, only the first attack that largely destroyed the boat is seen. But after survivors were seen, there was a second strike. A New York Times reports that the survivors were killed after they radioed for assistance. Admiral Frank Bradley, who called the shots that day, is now testifying in a closed-door session.
I think there's a broad consensus that it's illegal to kill people who are clinging to wreckage.
The Admiral's an absolute stud. That's all I would say. He's a stud, and I support his decision.
The truth is, if there was nothing problematic here in terms of the strike, release the unedited video. You could clear this up.
A full video of the second attack has not been released. President Trump says that he's open to releasing that video. There have been more than 20 of these drug smuggling boat attacks, with more than 80 people killed since September.
New this morning, the New York Times has filed a lawsuit against the Pentagon. The Times argues the Defense Department's October policy, which establishes new military coverage rules, limits reporters' access and activities. In turn, the publication claims the Defense Department is violating the First Amendment. The suit filed this morning says the rules force journalists to sign a 21-page form and restrict routine news gathering. The New York Times, Fox News, and other news organizations have refused to sign behind these rules. This video shows dozens of reporters walking out after refusing the rules. The Pentagon says the policy protects national security and regulates access to military facilities.
Los Angeles County jails are now using body cameras for the first time. Sheriff Robert Luna says the cameras are already reducing use of force incidents and improving behavior.
Body-worn cameras will have an additional deterrent effect on the number of use of force incidences. Already, we have seen the number of force incidences drop, and this advancement represents a significant step towards ensuring a safer custodial environment for both our staff and those that we are entrusted to care for.
This comes as the Sheriff's Department faces a state lawsuit over alleged inhumane jail conditions, including overcrowding and poor health care. Officials say they've invested nearly $310 million in reforms, but the state claims that more changes are urgently needed.
A heads up for drivers in downtown LA. A strip of Pico Boulevard in downtown closes today for more than 2 years. This is all to make way for the Convention Center expansion and modernization project. The section of Pico between LA Live Way and Figueroa Street will be closed 24/7 until the end of March 2028. Construction crews will work 6 days a week to connect the existing south and west exhibit halls above Pico.
9/11 still to come. We've got your entertainment headlines after the break, including a new Western action show that just dropped on Netflix today.
But first, a check of traffic.
Yep, we've got a little bit of traffic still to talk about. Good Day LA traffic brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. So we're going to look at our real-time traffic map here and zoom in to crash. This is on the 57 northbound side of the 57 collision. This is right before Temple Avenue. They should be getting it out of the way in the next 10-15 minutes, but there is a backup as a result of that. One of our live traffic cameras, this is the one... let's see. Oh, a little bit of a challenge here. I think that is the 101. Yes, the 101 freeway at Conejo School Road. Both sides actually moving nicely here. Real-time drive times in and out of downtown LA. It is slow on that 10 freeway westbound out of downtown between the 5 to the 405, 52 minutes. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, 34 minutes. On that west 60 between the 57 to the 5, 44 minutes there. Here's some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quilbaum. This weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos. As we take a look at our area of high pressure, I've been talking about this ridge of high pressure all week, right? It is continuing to keep us blocked from all the storms that are moving into the Pacific Northwest. It is also continuing to reinforce our offshore flow, and that's a clockwise flow of air around this area of high pressure. The winds are going to back down a little bit this morning, and more so as we get to the afternoon. So that's the good news. Weakening Santa Ana winds. Still some gusts out there. I'll show you that wind advisory in just a few moments, but we will look for some mild temperatures this afternoon with a much bigger warm-up expected as that high pressure strengthens Sunday into next week. High surf advisories in effect up and down the coastline. We do have those swells still coming in out of the south and west, 4 to 7 feet for Ventura County beaches, 3 to 6 feet, LA, and then Orange County around 2 to 5 feet. This is coinciding with some very high tides this week, 7.0 plus, so that combined creating some more dangerous conditions along our shore. So just keep that in mind if you're planning to surf or paddle out. Just do so, please, near a lifeguard. And remember, there's going to be some minor low-lying areas getting some flooding. Otherwise, not so bad. Windy conditions there still across parts of the valley and the Antelope Valley, and we still have some fog, dense fog on the 5 freeway, parts of the Grapevine until about 11 a.m. this morning. So just heads up on that as you drive north on that 5 freeway. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. Amanda's off today, but we have you covered when it comes to your entertainment headlines, sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. If you're looking for a new show to binge, Netflix has just dropped its new series, The Abandoned.
That's right, and Amanda sat down with 2 of the stars in the gritty new Western.
You have both been in different genres of projects, different time periods, and you're both so versatile. I feel in my heart, and you can tell me if this is true or not, that you have playlists that match the project. Oh. You know, and I feel like that. I feel like, do we have a little country playlist going on?
I did actually make a country playlist, but then I forgot that I made it, and you're just reminding me now, and I don't think I listened to it once while I was filming. It showed, Jimmy.
You had good intentions, so you did make it. Who was on there?
I think a lot of the soundtrack from True Grit was on there. There was something really kind of, expansive.
Okay.
That just kind of got me in the mood probably more for when I wasn't there yet, and I wanted to before. But when we were there, everything was right in front of us because they recreated the town, and you had the horses and the dust and the hats and the costumes and everything. It was true pioneers. It was rough.
Did you have any country there, little lady?
I did have some country. Little Beyonce? Loads of Beyonce.
Yeah, Cowboy Carter.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I feel that you're getting ready or you're in your trailer.
No, I love a little playlist for projects. Yeah. It really helps.
Yeah, because you're both baddies. Have you been called baddies yet today?
I refer to myself as a baddie. In fact, that's what my boys. Which baddie? When they were little, they were goodies and baddies.
They were goodies and baddies.
Yeah, and this is the first time I think I've been a proper baddie.
I mean, there's the marketing for Netflix. Watch The Abandoned. Just a couple of baddies on horses. There we go. Simple as that.
I love it. Okay, well, all 7 episodes of The Abandoned are now streaming on Netflix.
7? That's a quick binge.
That's right. Binge those baddies. All right, coming up, you may think of sports, of course, when you hear the word Olympics, but for Ralph Lauren, it's all about the fashion.
The iconic brand has just unveiled Team USA's parade uniforms for the 2026 Winter Olympics. We'll show it to you after the break.
And you are taking a live look outside right now. This camera view sponsored by Ontario International Airport. And for those traveling out of Ontario International, maybe off in Southwest here momentarily, the weather looks good here for sure. No delays, but if you are traveling to Denver, lots of sunshine as well. 40 degrees. Houston, we've got some shower chances. 51 degrees there. Atlanta, 49 with some clouds and rain chances as well. Chicago, it's cold. 20 degrees for that high temperature today, but with some partly sunny skies. New York, JFK, some wind at 42 degrees. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. As the Dodgers gear up for the new season and set their sights on a three-peat, of course, they are locking in one of their most unlikely World Series heroes. We're talking about Miggy Rowe. Yes, Miguel Rojas is reportedly returning on a one-year, $5.5 million deal, likely the final season of his career. Rojas became an unexpected hero during the playoffs. We can't forget this moment, right? That game-tying home run in Game 7 of the World Series, right there. Now, after the season, he's expected to stay with the organization in a player development role.
Nice. Under a proposed House bill, cities that house international sporting events would receive millions of dollars in federal funding for transportation and infrastructure projects. The legislation introduced yesterday will ask for $50 million to be authorized for each fiscal year. From that sum, an individual host city can be given up to $10 million for an international sporting event, such as various Olympics or the men's, women's FIFA World Cups. The money could also apply to any multi-day international sporting event as determined by the Transportation Secretary.
And speaking of transportation, happening today, a proposed water taxi service between San Pedro and Long Beach will face another key vote. The Metro Board will vote on a plan by Supervisor Janice Hahn to explore funding and operators for the service. The goal is to ease traffic during the 2028 LA Olympics. Long Beach venues are set to host 11 sporting events during the Summer Games. If approved, Metro staff will report back in 6 months with the next steps.
Now to the 2026 Winter Olympics. The Olympic flame has officially been handed over to organizers from Italy today. After being lit in Greece, the flame will travel to Italy. The journey will take 63 days, cover 7,500 miles, and involve 10,000 torchbearers. The ceremony, the opening ceremony, that is, begins in Milan on February 6th.
And we've got some fashion news for the U.S. Olympic team. Ralph Lauren unveiled Team USA's opening and closing ceremony, parade uniforms, and the Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games Milano Cortina 2026. So Ralph Lauren has been the proud outfitter of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic team since 2008. The Team USA opening and closing ceremony uniform, apparel, and accessories are available for purchase beginning today at ralphlauren.com.
That's
very
great.
Nice.
I like
yes,
that.
Very patriotic.
I love it. 9:26 almost here. Coming up, are you ready to turn your home into a holiday wonderland?
Yes, let's do it. Brooke's certainly getting into the holiday spirit this morning.
Hey there. Speaking of Ralph Lauren, they have a lot here if you want to get that trending Ralph Lauren Christmas. Also, they have all of this. How cool is this? This is almost like a candy lover's dream. Slice of cake, little cupcake action, little ponies. It's beautiful in here. I'll show you more after the break.
Welcome to Almost 9:30 on this Thursday morning. I'm Roxy Carvadian.
And I'm Sandra Endo. Let's take a look at today's headlines.
An anti-Semitic protest broke out at a local synagogue. How city officials are responding to this chaotic scene.
Plus, a message of hope in a time of hardship. An Eaton fire survivor becomes the first to return to a brand new fire-resistant home.
And a touching story about a local father turning his daughter's difference into a superhero origin story. We'll show you how his children's book series is really empowering kids with disabilities. First, though, we got to check on that forecast with Maria.
Yes, let's do that. And let's also remind you not to freak you out, but looking at the holidays ahead, 10 days until the start of Hanukkah. Christmas in 21 days. That's 3 weeks from today, 28 days until New Year's Day. Currently, it's pretty, actually, 63 degrees. It's warmed up nicely in downtown LA. The wind's mostly calm. The wind's still pretty gusty below the canyons and passes. Some of our mountain locations here in Ventura County, LA County, Thousand Oaks, Santa Paula, parts of the San Fernando Valley, all the way to the coast, actually still breezy, so that wind advisory in effect until 3 o'clock this afternoon. That just means hazardous driving conditions for you because of these stronger wind gusts. 72 is what we're expecting for downtown LA. That's warmer than yesterday, 69, above the average of 68. Our sun will set later at 4:43 as you plan ahead. Highs today ranging from that 70 degrees in Palm Springs, 45 in Big Bear, 69 in Ontario, 72 for downtown, as I said, 69 Santa Monica, to that 71 in Huntington Beach as well as Long Beach. I'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a few moments. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. Now, police are investigating after a protest escalated in front of a Koreatown synagogue. This video footage showing the situation unfolding yesterday morning in front of a Jewish temple on Wilshire Boulevard. We're told things moved inside where vandalism took place inside the temple. 2 people were arrested, and now organizers and city leaders are responding. They strongly denounce anti-Semitism and emphasize there's no room for hate in the community.
You have many of these groups glomming onto the Palestinian cause for every imaginable reason. And on top of everything else, what's different than all the other times? Social media. That is the engine. It's probably the engine of what brought out some people today to protest, and why, unfortunately, I think we can anticipate there'll be more attempts to cross the red line, and I'm hoping that all Angelenos will join us in making sure that doesn't happen.
Mayor Karen Bass releasing this statement. It reads in part, quote, "This behavior is abhorrent and has no place in Los Angeles. I spoke with Rabbi Nickerson to ensure he and his congregation know that the city of Los Angeles stands with them and fully condemns these attacks."
The LA County Human Relations Commission just released its 2024 report on hate crimes in the county, and that study finds that this is the second highest number of hate crimes reported since the study was first conducted. The report also found 67% of all hate crimes are of a violent nature. Hate crimes against African Americans are up 51% over 2023, and there's an average of 4 hate crimes reported every day. A press conference on the report happening right now in Koreatown. Sheriff Robert Luna is there speaking. When we learn more on this, we'll bring you that information on our air and online, foxla.com.
Our team reviews crime statistics.
All right, a fireworks accident kills a teenager in South Los Angeles.
This happened in the Vermont Mills neighborhood. Mario joining us now with more on what exactly happened. Good morning.
Roxy, Sandra, a tragic accident. We've been watching police talking with family members of that 17-year-old boy who lost his life. You can see one of them here along the sidewalk right in front of the home. LAPD and LA Fire Hazmat, they're still at the home 12 hours after that fireworks explosion was heard for several blocks. This all happened around 9:30 last night here in the backyard of a home on West 84th Street, and neighbors say they heard a few pops, then a massive boom followed by a cloud of smoke. That 17-year-old, who investigators say was handling fireworks in the backyard of the home here on 84th, was rushed to the hospital where he died overnight. And LAPD sealed off the area, and the bomb squad spent hours going through the property, what was left of the device, and any other fireworks at the scene. Several neighbors say around 11 o'clock last night they were evacuated as the bomb squad started going through the home, where we learned they actually discovered additional explosive material. And this morning, bomb squad crews carefully conducted 2 controlled detonations. We heard those loud booms around 6 o'clock this morning. Back out here live, police say a possible homemade firework may have malfunctioned, but they're still trying to pinpoint exactly what detonated and how. Meanwhile, neighbors left shocked to hear that a 17-year-old lost his life in this horrible accident here late last night. For now, live in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood of South LA, I'm Mario Ramirez. Sandra, Roxia, back to you.
All right, Mario, thank you. Workers are clearing a huge homeless encampment in Marina del Rey. Tractors are being used to scoop up tons of trash and debris from the tent city for some 150 people who are camping out on a median strip of state land along the 90 freeway. Area residents are happy to see the cleanup, saying the sprawling encampment has led to open drug use, burglaries, fires, and violence. But they did add the encampment will likely return unless the state does something to come up with a long-term solution.
New research conducted by USC finds a lingering housing shortage in Southern California is what's fueling rent increases. The average renter in LA County paid just over $2,300 in October of this year. USC's real estate forecast predicts rent will rise 0.64% over the next 2 years, which means by October of 2027, rent could reach an average of $2,350, so nearly a $14 increase from October's average. As for Orange County, rent increases are expected to go up as well, more than 2.5% over the next 2 years. Rent expected to jump from an average of $2,776 a month to well over $2,800.
All right, K-Frog is kicking off its 24th annual K-Froggers for Kids Radiothon. This is always such a good event, so fun, supporting Loma Linda University's Children's Hospital.
Yep, let's go to Coco, live in Rancho Cucamonga. Hi, Coco.
Good morning. This really is a great annual event. We're talking about K-Froggers for Kids Radiothon here at Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga. And I have a special surprise for you. We are talking to the president and COO of Farmer Boys, Joseph Ortiz. Love Farmer Boys. If you can talk about the relationship between Farmer Boys and this event here.
So this event is in support of the Loma Linda Children's Hospital. And we've been a partner of Loma Linda Children's Hospital for the past 30 years.
And not only are you helping with donations, but you also have people physically here answering phones to be part of this.
Yes, we have a group from our offices here supporting the event and working the phones. So if you want to make a donation, now's a great time to call in.
And if you can talk about the Farmer Boys mission and how it really ties into this.
It really is about being part of our community. So while events like this are great from a branding perspective, it's really about being active members in our community, being responsible and giving back. So whether it's our franchisees, our employees, or our guests, we have a lot of different ways that we do that, but we're always trying to be very active and conscientious members.
Well, thank you so much, Joseph, for talking to us. Thank you for being part of this event as well for the past 30 years. That's truly incredible. You can see that the volunteers are answering phones right now, so it's important for you to call in with your donation as well. If you were watching last hour, you heard the host say that, you know, no matter what your donation is, big or small, it definitely helps the Loma Linda University Children's Hospital. You've got the number on your screen right there to call, 1-800-825-KIDS. You can also donate online, or you can come here to Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga. I'll send it back to you.
All right, there's a number right there on your screen. Thank you so much, Coco.
Coco.
And you're matching Aroxia today.
I know. I just sent you a picture.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, I sent you a picture. We're tweening.
Oh, I got to look at it.
All right, Coco, thank you. So President Trump is moving to roll back fuel economy rules for cars and trucks.
Yeah, so the rollback dismantles policies aimed at promoting cleaner, more efficient vehicles, including electric cars. The plan would lower mileage requirements to about 34.5 miles per gallon by 2031, down from more than 50 under the Biden-era standards. President Trump says it will make vehicles more affordable, saving buyers around $1,000 per car. Automakers support the move, but environmental groups warn it will increase pollution and worsen climate change. In fact, Governor Gavin Newsom is slamming the president's plan to weaken fuel economy standards, saying this, quote, Donald is handling his big oil donors exactly what they want, weaker protections for consumers and bigger profits for polluters. Newsom says that California will keep defending stronger standards that save families money and protect public health.
A big milestone in Altadena, and Eaton fire survivors finally back home. 11 months after the devastating fire, Ted Coroner and his dog Daisy May are the first to return to a rebuilt house. Ted says the process wasn't easy, but determination paid off. His new home is fire resistant, and he's ready to host friends this holiday season.
We ended up with a house that's pretty much a fortress against fire. I look forward to looking those people in the eye in this house forever.
Oh, so emotional there. Officials say, though, finances do remain a challenge for others, but Ted's advice, stay persistent and keep asking for help.
So one of my favorite things about this time of year is just all the decorations. They're just so beautiful and just put a smile on your face,
That's right. It really lifts up spirits, and Brooke Thomas is decking the halls at L. Evis Design in Glendale. Never been there.
Yes! Hey there, I'm here at Evis Design. Okay, first of all, you don't even need words. Just take a look at this. How amazing is this? And, you know, it's so fun. We were talking about the fact that people like to shop from the trees. So there will be the exact same thing laid on a shelf or a table, but it doesn't hit the same, okay? They like to shop directly from the tree. It's something about it being in the perfect place already that tells people, okay, yeah, that's what I want to buy. And there's also something extra special about this place. Take a look right in here. Carlos, can you show them that? So just like right in there, look at that. You know, you may look in this direction and initially you're looking at this, and as your eyes go here, you see that, you see that, you see that. So much detail. It's so cool. It's so beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, this amazing family that runs the show here, it's so fun. I just pointed out something that was kind of hidden over in a little nook and cranny over there, but that's the point of how you all set things up here. Your mom was saying that she likes it when people find things and they're odd.
Yeah, a huge part of the fun is decorating and setting up the rooms, different colors and themes. And then we blend them together with the trees in hopes that when people come in, they kind of get inspired and they kind of put their own little twist on it. Because, you know, it's really, really fun because the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah, talk to me. What do we have in here? Give us a quick rundown.
This is our neutral tree. You may want to talk to Andre, who's the designer of this tree.
Oh, okay, Andre, talk to me.
I mean, everyone pitched in. The idea was to kind of blend brown with white with gold and just kind of go crazy with it and see what comes out. And
look what came out.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Yeah, the
that's
peacock
awesome.
As a centerpiece made by our mom. She did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. I love that. How sweet is that? Made by our mom. Like, it's just, that's, you can only get that at a family-owned business. It's awesome. Okay, I will send things back to you all in the studio. Merry Christmas.
Tailgate Thursday is sponsored by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy.
And you know what? For 15 years, Doghouse has been serving gourmet all-beef dogs and sausages in Southern California. It is the perfect bite on game day. And Adam Gertler is here to show us what's on the menu. Welcome back, Adam. Adam Gertler, our Versmacher.
Versmacher, yes, you said it great. Fantastic.
That means sausage maker.
Yeah, we kind of made it up. I don't know that people in Germany actually use that term, but we at Doghouse do. Yes, we have been doing this for, I can't believe it, 15 years now.
Long time.
And as you can see, yes, you talked about our dogs and sausages, but if you're looking at this table, our menu has clearly expanded over the years.
Well, it looks grand. It looks delicious. Where can we start? Where do we start here?
I mean, we're starting with everything you need for a perfect game day, for a tailgate. With a spread like this, it doesn't matter who's on the field, because the important thing is what you're putting in your mouth. So yes, of course, we have our classic all-beef dogs with our grilled King's Hawaiian Doghouse rolls.
I knew these were King Hawaiian rolls. I recognize
Well, you're in
them.
SoCal.
That's my favorite.
Isn't that the best? Yeah, that is a signature move of Doghouse. Speaking of King's Hawaiian, we do chopped cheese sliders. We sell these by the pack. You can take these home. You can pop them in the oven on the tray you have, and then that's all you have to do. And you've got these amazing chopped cheese sliders. Chopped cheese means we chop the beef in with the cheese and the caramelized onions, so every bite is perfectly juicy, perfectly cheesy, and amazing. Now, if we're talking about football, if we're talking about game day, we'd be remiss to not talk about pollo. We got to talk chicken, okay?
Talk it, yeah.
Look at these wingy dings. Look at that monstrosity right there. That is our Chipotle honey chicken wing. We also have our Nashville hot chicken right here.
Whoa.
And speaking of eggs, speaking of chickens, rather, eggs, we got breakfast burritos.
Whoa.
And then, of course, we have chicken sandwiches. And I did want to mention, we've actually been expanding our menu even more. We just opened our first franchise in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, my gosh.
And you know they're big into the hot chicken there.
100%.
So we have expanded our chicken offerings to include grilled chicken. Like you can see, we have some grilled chicken sandwiches. We're even doing grilled chicken bowls for the people that want to maybe pass on the bread. I don't know why, but I hear there are those people out there.
We got to have a little green.
A little green, sure. So yeah, so you can get this right here. This is our hot chick done with grilled chicken in a bowl form. So you actually still get all the satisfying spice and heat and the creamy coleslaw and the pickles without the bun. So, I mean, you could really choose your own adventure with Doghouse.
And yes, I see the tater tots.
Oh, yeah.
I see the Modelo.
We got the beers, exactly. So your guests can come on and be like, oh, I'm going to make it downtown just like Doghouse does. So I'll take one of our all-beef dogs.
Do it.
And these sides that we'll get you loaded up with so your guests can kind of choose all their sides.
You see that?
So these are long, slow, caramelized onions that we cook down for hours.
I see the bacon bits.
We got to get the bacon. This is some great chopped bacon on the dog. Then we have some pickled peppers. These are a little sweet, a little spicy. And then our downtown dog is kind of our homage to a classic, excuse me,
we need this, yes.
So this is gonna, outside of any venue, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get your classic ketchup, mayo, and mustard. So at Doghouse, we like to do a little train track situation here.
That looks beautiful.
Okay, and
beautiful.
Then we go with a little mustard. And then finish it with a little ketchup. And then this is the downtown.
Ta-da!
That's one of our builds, but you can build whatever you want. We're going to give you all the sides so your guests can make their own creations.
Perfect. Adam, this looks amazing. I want you guys to check out the menu. Find your nearest Doghouse at doghouse.com. Brand new one in Nashville. Adam, thank you.
Thank you so much.
This looks awesome.
Can we eat now?
Yes. Let's eat and drink. once we go to Korea. All right, let's talk about the weather because we still have some gusty winds out there. Not as bad as yesterday or even early this morning. We were still getting some of those gusts near 55 to 60 miles an hour. But high pressure is still in control. This trough of low pressure is starting to weaken. So we are going to diminish those winds a bit more as we get to the afternoon. Now, the long range forecast models are pointing to, according to the Climate Prediction Center, we're going to stay with this pattern through the extended outlook. In fact, looking at 6 to 10 days out, it's going to stay dry and warmer than normal for us here in the west and especially the desert southwest. So if you've got any plans between now and the 14th of December, it does look dry and sunny in the afternoons. Mostly sunny today at the beach, 4 to 7 feet, though, as far as those surf heights coming in for Ventura County beaches. A little smaller for LA County, around 3 to 6, and then 2 to 5 plus feet for Orange County and San Diego. That high surf advisory is in effect. We have a swell rolling in just coinciding with the high tide. We have that full moon today, so all of that and the gravitational pull giving us some of the hazards along our shore, so keep that in mind if you're headed to the beach. 69 there today, some minor flooding, coastal flooding there through the afternoon. 72 for downtown LA today, getting up to 80 degrees next week. Imagine that. It's December, and it's going to feel a little bit more like summer in the afternoons. 71 in the valleys and the Inland Empire, 86 by this time next week, and then the mountains 45 degrees in Big Bear. And speaking of Big Bear, Bear Mountain will officially open today. Snow Summit tomorrow. 58 in the high desert with temperatures getting to the low 70s by next Wednesday. And then Palm Springs, 70 degrees today, getting to 83 by next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Back to you.
A local author is redefining what a superhero looks like. The Capables is a children's book series featuring heroes with disabilities. A third book is underway, and here's how you can be part of this Kickstarter campaign.
Different.
For author Danny Jordan, the story behind The Capables began before his daughter Emerson even entered the world.
The Capables was all inspired by my daughter Emerson. You know, back in 2018, my wife was pregnant with her, and we were sent to see a specialist, a perinatologist, and they confirmed that Emmy was going to be born with what's called an upper limb difference.
And that day, her story started to be written.
A storyteller by nature, Danny began imagining how he could protect Emmy and prepare the world for her. Or maybe prepare the world through her.
I thought about Emerson's first day of school and what that was going to be like for her, and I knew it was something that all kids could relate to.
His first book, Ray's First Day, centers on a girl with a limb difference navigating the universal fear of starting school.
I just felt so compelled to do whatever I could because I know how unkind the world can be, and I know how people can tease, especially when people are different. And so I wanted to do whatever I could to hopefully make the world more kind when it comes to disability.
His plan was just to make one book for Emerson, but the world had a different idea.
I launched a Kickstarter campaign, and in less than 3 days, we became fully funded, and hundreds of people from all around the world. And it was in that moment that I realized, oh, this is going to be a lot bigger than just us. And so we formed an advisory board to make sure that we're not just telling entertaining stories, but stories that authentically represent the people who are in them.
The Capables.
He ended up creating this children's book series about a group of kids superheroes, all of whom have a disability, and their powers are activated through empowerment.
A lot of people started reaching out to us and saying, will you write more stories? Will you represent this disability?
The second book, Lex Leads the Way, features a superhero with dyslexia who discovers the power of representation.
I want to represent every disability. I want every child to have the chance to see themselves represented as the hero in the story.
And now, Danny is preparing to release the third installment, Max Makes the Play.
Max is living with Down syndrome and something called strabismus. In Max's story, he's starting to pull away, and he's trying to be what he thinks everybody else needs or wants him to be. Because he's trying to people please all the time, he's starting to lose his superpower, and he doesn't understand why. And so in his story, he starts to uncover how important it is, how vital it is for us to be proud of ourselves.
Just like the first two books, the third is being crowdfunded, and it's already gaining traction. Danny says his mission is simple: to help every kid, whether they have a disability or not, embrace what makes them unique.
I think that we are all so beautifully unique in our own ways, and I want every kid, whether they have a disability or not, to know that that is what makes you you. That there is only ever going to be one you in the history of time, and that is your superpower.
It has been a deeply personal and emotional journey for Danny.
I was nervous for a long time that when Emmy found out that the books were about her, that she'd be upset in it. That she wouldn't want her story shared because she had no say in it. I started writing the books before she was even alive. And I was so scared that she'd be upset that I told her story. It wasn't mine, that I told hers. But now,
Ray's parents were running here, rushing there.
when she hears I'm going to do school assembly, she says, she said, Daddy, make sure they know that I'm Ray. And that's like everything.
And you can find the series and details on Kickstarter by searching for The Capables on Kickstarter.com. Basically, you're just pre-ordering a first edition copy of the book. This campaign runs through December 16th. So please, today, right now, at some point, just go to Kickstarter.com, type in The Capables, and help support this so we can make sure books like this continue to be made and stories like this continue to be told. Danny's already working, by the way, on a fourth book featuring Joy, who's a character on the autism spectrum.
And look at how big his heart is. My gosh, getting so emotional, realizing that it's his daughter's story, and he's hoping that she allows it to be told, and then her superpower being, yes, tell my story. I want more people
She's proud
to know.
of it. I know. But it's so relatable if you think about it as a parent. The first day of school, even when nothing, you know, your kid has no issues, you were so nervous and worried. So now imagine, you know, it's just such a, you get it, right? You get it, even if you don't have kids, but you've
all been there.
You've all
Your
been
first
there.
day of school is always all those jitters. And I hope he gets fully funded. The fact that he has to do a Kickstarter for each book, let's get this guy fully funded, you know?
I could see a series animated.
Get a publisher, let's go.
Putting it out there.
Let's do it.
All right, coming up at 10, 9:56, the might love the growing shift from the carrying, the growing shift from carrying cash, right? Away from carrying cash. How many of us do that nowadays? Not much.
No, I don't.
But here's the thing, the Salvation Army bell ringers don't love that because they need it. So we'll look at how the beloved Red Kettle campaign is trying to adjust to the modern world. Oh wait, that changes like everything.
Now it's all about QR codes.